Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Transformers, issue number 10. I might be stopping. I'm pretty sure this is going to be my last issue. I really wouldn't mind getting to the final 2 issues of this arc, because that 6th issue, every 6 issues, that's when you get that, wow, really cool thing. For now, though, I've finally isolated my problem with the comic book. Yeah, it took 10 issues to really do it because I was too busy focusing on all the good, and I didn't really understand the major flaw in this book as I saw it. I see it now. I'm going to get into that. First, let's just tell you who made the book. Written by Brian Ruckley, art by Angel Hernandez and Anna Malkova, and Beth McGuire-Smith. Colors by Joanna Lafuente and Josh Burcham, and letters by my man, Tom B. Long. IDW presents this book from Hasbro. So, love the first page introduction. It's really awesome. I love that they give most of the characters that they're going to be talking about in the comic book. That's always helpful. What do you call it? There was a quick little conversation between Bumblebee and Megatron, which is one of those things where you don't usually expect to see, and it's really cool to see that. Even though it's a very short conversation, it should go a lot longer. I love seeing Cyclonus being a bit of a psychopath in here, a bit. I think that the biggest problem that I have is, besides the major problem of the book, is that the conversation with Prowl and Soundwave, effing amazing. And then it just stopped. And that's when I realized the major problem I have with this book. The pacing, the cutscenes, the transitions. There are none. You know, when you're watching, like one of the main things that people like about Star Wars, I'm talking the original trilogy, but you can go back to pretty much all of the Star Wars movies. One of the major things about them, besides being revolutionary, having the latest camera work, having, usually really incredible graphics and choreography, good choice in actors, bang, this is what I'm talking about. Like I said, especially that original series, but you could say the prequels also. When you sit there and you really think about it, there are 3 major stories going on by the time the climax of that movie happens. Not 1 climax, not 2, 3. Imagine multiple, let's just keep it at climaxes. That's the thing that makes Star Wars just like, oh! And when it finally ends and they all collude, they all combine in the end to come up with the problem solver, and then there's the one happy ending, and it'll be a happy as hell ending after 3 climaxes, I'm just saying. Look, let's just keep that all aside. We're talking about, we have the ultimate, in my opinion, some of the ultimate movies. You have the space combat. You have the stuff going on the ground of that planet that's nearby where they're having the space combat. And then you have the lightsaber fight that's happening someplace else. And they keep on cutting. But they also know how to transition. They don't just end in the middle of like, oh, I'm going to get it. Okay, let's cut over here now. Oh, boo, 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 pew, 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 pew. I'm going to get you! And then transfer. They don't do that. They're done very intelligently. And if I were to ever consider getting into screenplays and just understanding how this works, man, that's the movie I'd be studying. Those are the movies I'd be studying the most. But even movies that don't do 3 different, stories, it's the idea they know how to transition. This comic book, 0 clue how to transition from one story to the next. And it doesn't matter if some of them are connected, some of them aren't, some of them seemingly aren't. It doesn't matter. We have a scene, and then it just effing stops. And they go on to something else. And then it just freaking stops. And it gives a jerking sensation. It's like sitting in a car as in the passenger side, or God forbid the back seat, with the windows all rolled up on a hot day, and the jackass driving the car doesn't know how to ride stick. That's when you get the... Somebody's puking. The contest is who's puking first. But we're all puking. That's what this feels like. This jerking sensation. Oh my God, you're never going to get to a climax with jerking movements. Look, listen. You know what? It's the Tom B. Long influence on me. That's what it is. That's the problem here. Look, there's so much good about this comic book. The art is wow. Wow. Right? The plot itself seems like it's great. It's the execution of the cutscenes. When, I guess it's Ruckley, right? When he learns how to do a proper cutscene, as opposed to just jumping from here to here to here, instead of it being a grasshopper effect and it actually being a nice, wow, like National Geographic doing something, I can't read this comic book. I simply can't. It's too much jumping. It's too jumpy. It's too jerky. And I just can't get no satisfaction. I'm done with the sexual references. I'm done. I think I'm also done with this comic book. Pretty soon the combiners, the Constructicons thing with Devastator, pretty soon that's coming out. I think that's coming out next month or maybe at the end of this month. And I'm going to jump on that. So I'm not leaving the Transformers entirely. But yeah, my peeps, I am definitely leaving this. I can't do this anymore, so I'm done. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.